There was a beast in Loch Ness. Aldi Mackay delivered this shocking bit of information on April 14th, 1933, her lilting Scottish accent wrapping around each strange detail. Earlier that day, she and her husband John had been taking a drive along the loch's northern coast. It was a pleasant day. Clouds speckled the blue sky. The loch's surface looked perfectly still. Suddenly, a violent commotion in the water caught her attention. Some kind of animal was thrashing on the surface. Foam and spray shot into the air. The creature soon stopped splashing, but it didn't disappear. Two glistening humps appeared above the surface. They had the deep, blue-black coloring of a whale, and were large and widely spaced, hinting at a giant creature below. The humps undulated across the water, rising and falling in a snake-like manner. And then, just as quickly as it had appeared, the creature dove back beneath the surface. The water stilled. Mackay turned to her husband, who had only just brought their vehicle to a stop. He hadn't seen the creature at all. Stunned, the pair sat in their car for 30 minutes. They stared at the water, hoping that the animal might make a second appearance. When it didn't, they made their way to the Drumnadrochit Hotel, a stately establishment they managed together. There, Mackay shared her story. Listeners must have been baffled, shocked. At the time, Loch Ness had no uniquely frightening reputation. It was simply one of many quiet, picturesque lakes in the Scottish Highlands. Ferries regularly chugged along its 23-mile length, while small boats zipped back and forth across its narrow 1.5-mile width. Its shorelines were mostly undeveloped, save for the occasional country home, castle, or medieval ruin. Other than its impressive depth, which dropped down to 788 feet at its deepest point, the most remarkable thing about the loch was the color of its water. Loch Ness was as black as night. Scotland's frequent rains had washed eons of peat down the surrounding hillsides and into the loch, causing it to be nearly opaque. Mackay's claim about a huge humped beast in Loch Ness was the first of its kind. In addition to shock, some listeners may have also felt a twinge of doubt hearing Mackay's tale. She was the sole witness to this unusual event. Neither her husband nor any other locals could verify her account. She also appeared to be ignoring a simple explanation for the commotion. A pair of seals may have just gotten themselves into the loch. But perhaps most importantly, Mackay had a personal motive for sharing such an intriguing tale. She had a lochside hotel to keep afloat.